We've seen disturbing images of cars swept away and homes ravaged by floods in KZN. Victims may be anxious about whether or not their insurance policies will cover them. Thasnim Dawood joins us now to give us a clear understanding of the protection of consumer rights in the events of natural disasters. She's a Senior Assistant Ombudsman at the Ombudsman for Short-Term Insurance. Thank you very much for joining us, Thasnim. Now, of course, a lot of people at the moment, especially those who, for instance, need to fix their homes or the buildings to their businesses, are looking to see how they can recoup, right? So what type of advice do you have, for instance, in terms of those who are wanting to claim from insurance? What rights do consumers have?
Hi, Maseko. So if you are a policy holder and you have a policy which covers this type of loss or damage, you have the right to claim from your insurer, and my suggestion would be to contact your insurer as soon as possible. If you have a broker, contact your broker. And you do have the right to claim if your policy allows this type of cover, and it will be, of course, subject to the terms and conditions of your policy.
Let's talk about the terms and conditions. I mean, in this situation, for instance, it's a natural disaster. What could it be that a customer has done wrong for a claim to not go through?
Maseko, as I referred to terms and conditions, so an insurer will, of course, look at what you are covered for. And a natural disaster, for example, flooding would be an insured event. And then, of course, the type of damage that has been suffered will be looked at. And, of course, if it doesn't fall under any one of the exceptions in the policy, then you would be entitled to cover, and an insurer will certainly indemnify under those circumstances.
Tell me, what is it that customers need to look out for when they are claiming for their insurance, and maybe the insurance company doesn't agree with their claim? What is it that I, as a customer, need to do to make sure that I hold them accountable to what they've promised me?
If you're entitled to cover and you feel that you are not happy with the outcome of your claim and that you were entitled to cover, the next step that you can take is lodge a complaint with our office. Most insurers do have their own dispute resolution forum that you can take it up with. Alternatively, come straight to our office to lodge a complaint regarding your dissatisfaction on the outcome if you feel that your claim was unfairly dealt with.
Has the Ombudsman ever received that? I mean, we saw, for instance, the July unrest. That was also something that was unforeseen in terms of the people in those businesses that were affected. We've seen flooding before in KZN. So has the Ombudsman ever received reports or complaints from customers who are saying, this insurer promised me this and now they won't give it to me?
Yes, we do get those types of complaints. Often consumers that come to us, raise a dispute about the fact that they feel that the claim was unfairly rejected and that they felt that they were entitled to cover. So most times that a complaint comes to us, it's on that basis exactly.
And what have you found? Have you found any insurer, for instance, on the wrong side?
There are cases where we find that insurers, where the claim is actually, the rejection is overturned, and we find that an insurer should have actually paid the claim. But of course, when a matter comes to our office, we'll have to look at each matter on the merits, on the facts of each case, and deal with it on that basis, looking at the policy wording, looking at the law. We also have a mandate to apply equity in terms of our jurisdiction. So, the outcome of each claim or complaint will depend on the facts of each matter.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you don't have to deal with insurance providers who are not assisting these people in KZN, because, of course, it is a natural disaster and nobody plans for that to happen. That was Thasnim Dawood. She's a Senior Assistant Ombudsman at the Ombudsman for Short-Term Insurance.